Hello and welcome to another ASMR video. I'm trying a different microphone this time to see if it sounds better, and we're taking you on another little trip that I did this summer. It's around about August time. I went to Sandsend and Whitby, which are on the coast in North Yorkshire. Very scenic place, just sits on the North Sea. As you can see, the day we visited here was quite sunny. Spent quite a lot of time there, and I'm just going to take you through some of the sites. Now we're starting here in Sandsend. Has a really good beach, some quite pretty traditional houses. And here we can move on to the seafront, which we're going to show you a little bit more of, and move on to the beach as well. So this is sort of the main street along. You see the beach in the distance. Something else that I filmed here as well, because you don't see them very often these days, is a British phone box. Usually when you get them in little villages, there's no phone in them. They're just full of books for like a lending library, but this one actually had a phone in it, which is unusual. So yeah, this is Sandsend, as you can see from the sign here. There's the ice cream van, and here's like a shale area with a little stream that runs through where kids paddle and bits and pieces. One of the main pubs here that aren't in. We're going through this quite quickly, and then we're back to the beach. Now the beach is sort of twofold really, because it's quite pebbly, quite stony in places, but other places it's quite sandy and quite cold. Just up the road there, we've got a tower on the hill, and yeah, here's the beach again. As you can see, quite a sunny day, quite well inhabited that day. Then we're moving further up the coast as we head more towards Whitby, to show you a little bit of coastal line there. And then we're moving out to sea. There's a boat in distance, one of the touristy boats. And this is Whitby, really famous city, or town in actual fact. According to legend, it's the resting place of Count Dracula. There is even a Dracula museum in the main part of the town itself, which you won't see in this visit, but it is well worth checking out. So this is the beach at Whitby itself, and you've got these colourful beach houses that you can rent. I think some people actually own them as well and use them quite regularly. Going back to the main road part of Whitby, you've got a church there in the distance as well. I find these sort of old, I think, Georgian buildings quite pretty. And here is a statue of Whitby's probably most famous son. That is Captain Cook, the great explorer from the time of the British Empire, who went to places like Australia, New Zealand, other places like that. That is the cathedral on the hill, or the abbey, which is largely derelict. There's a lot of stairs to walk up to, which we didn't do on this day, but I've done in the past. And again, a little bit more of a coastal view for you to check out. But yeah, Whitby's a really nice place. If you know British coastal places, you'll know that there's a lot of them are quite run down, quite dated. They've had the day, but Whitby kind of isn't. Yeah, it's got amusements, a couple of little bits and pieces that you see here that you get in most towns, but as other seaside resorts go, it's still quite very well kept. Here's a boat going out to sea, and we'll show you a bit more of the scenery of the town itself, with the church there on the hill again. Really old traditional buildings that you get there. It's not been overtaken by modern monstrosities, as quite a few places have. And then we're coming more towards the end of the day as the sun begins to set. I thought it was quite picturesque, so I took a few videos there as well, just so you can see what it's like when the sun starts to go down in this historic part of Yorkshire. What you see flashing there is the amusement arcade. There's a couple in the town, but there's not many, certainly not compared to other seaside resorts. Yeah, so just a bit more of a view of Whitby as a town overall. And then we're going to go along the pier to where you have the lighthouse at the end. Traditional pier. You get these in quite a lot of British towns, but the one in Whitby is not filled with some of the tacky nonsense that you get in other seaside places. And then we had a walk along the beach itself, just heading back towards the car basically where we parked as the sun was starting to set and the evening was starting to draw in. But yeah, as you can see, the beach is quite sizable. Really, when the sun's out, a really great place to visit. Unfortunately, in the UK, we're not blessed with great weather very often, so you do really have to make the most of it. If we did have good weather in Britain, there wouldn't really need to go abroad in the way that we do, because we have quite a lot of things to offer. But gloomy skies and rain and wind don't necessarily make the UK particularly appealing as a place to vacation or holiday. Anyway, I'm probably rambling on a little bit now as we sort of drawing towards the close of this ASMR video, which, as always, I hope has been enjoyable, relaxing, and potentially a little bit educational. I'll be back to those beaches we saw earlier, but with a more of a close-up view. They are quite pretty, and as you can see, they're very well kept as well. Because again, I've probably said this a few times, but there are places where the beaches are left to rack and ruin and run down a little bit. But yeah, nice sunset setting in there. And again, thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it.